What's up, guys? Gotta acknowledge EMP. Thank you for subscribing, man. Appreciate your support. How you doing?
Great Barrier Reef! Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain!
I can't hear you!
Aye, aye, Captain!
Thanks, man. How it runs. Jesus, that's loud.
Well,
Yeah, the world record for that game doesn't have video proof.
It's almost pretty to
So
play.
yeah, it's a pretty legit
Almost.
speedrun.
Myself a snack.
But there's no time!
Go.
The 30-minute speedrun coming right up.
Can't jellyfish today. I'm going fishing for robots.
What the fuck? Alright. Oh man. Yeah, who's excited for the second release of Breath of the Wild? I mean, the first two releases, actually, yeah, there were already two releases. Who's excited for the third release of Breath of the Wild? You know, the official one. Anybody else hype? I wonder what that game looks like. I wonder what a speedrun of that game looks like.
Most satisfying. Push, 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 push.
This isn't going well.
For fuck's sake.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
What's up, Waves?
Are you ready, kids?
How you doing, man?
I
I'm
can't
gonna mod
hear you! Who lives in a pineapple under the sea? Absorbent and yellow and porous is he?
No, I'm not ready to take on other categories right now.
well,
It's almost ready to break. Almost. Myself a snack.
But there's no time!
Yeah, I just started learning this category, and I want to learn a new speed game. I have hit and run on my list after this. The only reason why I'm not playing it already is because I have to do these submissions. You know what I really think there should be? There should be a report button on speedrun.com. Somebody submits like a ton of sketchy runs and keep spamming the forums. There should be a button to report that person to a staff member. Really, there really should. Because it's starting to get annoying.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
I'm really sick of all the mods in this game being made out to be the bad guys by trolls who had nothing better to do but submit runs just for the sake of arguing with the leaderboard mods and then spamming the forums. Like, it's surprising that we actually have to prove ourselves when they're the ones who are at fault. It's actually hilarious. So when's there going to be a report button on speedrun.com?
Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain!
I can't hear you.
Aye, aye, Captain!
Well, that's a problem that I can't really fix.
Absorbent and yellow and porous is he.
I know there are problems, I'm trying to fix them.
If nothing for nonsense be something you wish. And drop on the deck and flop like a fish. Ready? SpongeBob SquarePants. SpongeBob SquarePants.
It's good if you use it. If you don't use it, then it isn't good. If you want to try to learn the game, use it. If you don't want to try, then it isn't a good guide.
It's almost ready to break. Almost.
When I learned this game, there were no guides, so that isn't the learning curve, is whether the guide is good. It's just that you have something to use. Like, how am I supposed to answer that question? Is my guide good? I don't know, go use it.
Go.
And it's just like not even. We should be able to blacklist people from submitting runs, because this is starting to get out of hand. People who actively talk shit about the game and say how much they hate it, submitting runs on the cutoff time without video proof and then spamming the forums. Like, that's what we're dealing with now. And they can get away with it too, because we're the ones who have to prove something apparently. We can't just say there's a troll on the leaderboards, can you please ban them from speedrun.com? It's like, no, we have something to prove. It's obnoxious, dude. What the fuck was that? I just really wish that speedrun.com was more friendly to the moderators, because we have like no power on the leaderboards. All we can do is reject runs and make rules. That's it. So when somebody fucking does something stupid multiple times and then they report us for rejecting runs because for no reason, when it's like the people who are rejecting the runs for no reason, they already made the reason. They already typed out the reason like 10 times. So typing out an 11th time is just annoying. So they put a little dot or some shit. Or they're like, stop submitting runs. And then that 10th time they submit the run, they're like, oh, they rejected it for no reason. It's like they bait the moderators to do that. I always give a reason for my rejections. I never put like the dot or shit that some people do. Like, give a short answer, like a snarky remark. I always leave a reason. If I leave my reason, I sometimes add the snarky remark if it's obviously a troll, but I always give a reason for my rejections. And then they spin it into, like, banning people from the boards that we don't like? How about you posted like 50 threads that were unrelated, and we asked for them to remove you from the site because you're just spamming? Maybe that's why. Like, oh my god, dude. For fuck's sake, like, we just want to run the game. Can you let us run the game? Can you take your hatred somewhere else? People have no idea what we deal with on the leaderboards, and then they spread rumors about us, like, wanting to make the game as difficult to run as possible when they don't actually read the rules. Or read that we said that we were working on the rules for a week, trying to rewrite them. We started with this big, bulky, long set of rules that all said the same thing that they said before. We said, alright, let's start with as much as we can write, and then narrow it down to keep all the important points. It's how you write an essay. You write as much as possible, and then you trim the fat, and then you have something that's comprehensive, short, and understandable. But, of course, the first day we started working on this, we immediately got shit for it, while we were still in the process of writing the rules. That started this whole big uproar that people are now seeing us as like Nazis or some shit, because we wanted to rewrite the rules. And finally today, I think we've come to a point where the rules are as concise as they can possibly be, at least for the main boards. The ILs are still fucked, we still have to redo them.
Coming from behind.
But the main boards look fine now. I think that it covers everything needed. People are spreading rumors that we're banning consoles that are faster than the ones we use, which is already retarded because we're using the fastest consoles anyway. They're saying like, oh, well, they're just banning consoles so they can't be beaten by people on the boards. Like, if that were the case, like, Ringo and Red Moss would have been banned from the boards if that were the case. Like, oh, they're close to a world record, let's ban them. Like, that's what they're implying by saying that. It's ridiculous. It's like, you can clearly tell if you run this game what it looks like when you have broken loads, like what it looks like to be using upgraded hardware. And it's unfortunate we have to spell it out for people that your run will get rejected if we're suspicious of your loading times. Like, if you're saving, like, over 5 seconds in the first 2 minutes of the game from loads, your run's gonna get rejected. Whether you claim your Xbox is legit or not. Like, we have like 20 submissions on the leaderboards on Xbox, and none of them have loads like that. They all have relatively the same loads, give or take a second or so. It doesn't, if it's noticeable, if it's actually noticeable, it's a pretty big difference, because being able to tell the difference between one load and another load, it just, like, it stacks up. If it's slow enough, I mean, if it's fast enough for you to be able to notice on one, imagine how many more loads are in the run that stack onto each other that add up to over a minute if you're saving like a half a second on one load. And people are like, oh, it's a half a second on one load. Like, that isn't how it works. It isn't how it works, dude. You have to regulate this shit. Keep it as open as possible, but as fair as possible. And we're running on consoles that are basically computers. You can upgrade them, you can tweak them, so we have to have rules about that. People who don't run Xbox games don't understand what we deal with. And they're still talking shit. Yo, Ringo. 5 months. Just wanted to let you know. Thanks, dude. And Ringo's been helping a lot with the leaderboards lately too, trying to make the rules more concise and clear, so people stop fucking talking shit about things they don't understand. I'll admit that when we first started doing this, the rules were terrible. They were really hard to understand, and that's probably a lot of rumors spread, but we didn't fucking tell anybody to judge us. We were just trying to work on it. Like, we had just started writing it, and people were ripping on us for it. Like, we weren't anywhere close to finished when people were like, oh, they're just making up these rules. They're there forever. They're ruining the game. Like, we just started. It's day 1. Leave us alone. God damn. And I just wanted to bring my side of the story to the table, because I feel like I've been talking the least out of everybody up until a couple of days ago about this issue. So now I'm going to start talking about it so people can stop spreading lies. And that's really important to me, as long as, I don't give a fuck about what you think of me, as long as you know the truth.
Nice.
It's obnoxious, dude. People are just fucking obnoxious. And it's funny how the same people who complain that we let too many people on the leaderboards because they don't have video proof, or it's like, oh, this run is obviously illegit. Those are the same people who are complaining that we're deleting runs that are illegit now. They're the same ones. It's like they're just looking for something to complain about.
Nice.
Like someone submits a 119 on their first run with no video proof. Hint. And we leave it on the boards. People are like, oh, that's obviously fake. They're just trying to boost their player count by leaving it on the boards. And now we delete those runs that are obviously fake, and they're like, oh, they're deleting runs without proof because they don't like those people. They're just lying. They're just Nazis. They're deleting runs because they feel like it. Like, what do you want us to do, man? What would you suggest we do? You can't be right any way you do it with these fucking Twitter retards who just do nothing but talk and make fun about. They make fun of things they don't understand. That's all it is. So is it even worth talking about? Beyond the extent of giving my side of the story, it isn't worth arguing with these people. As long as they know my side, I really don't give a shit what they say or think. Because I have a bigger voice than them, and I'm not in the wrong here. So you heard it here first, the real story, what's actually fucking happening. Not what these idiots are saying on Twitter and just making shit up. Trying to get between me and my friendships with other speedrunners. Calling me an asshole to people who actually like me and know me. It's funny how the people who know me and like actually get along with me, they don't see any of this shit. This is all foreign to them.
Nice.
So I didn't realize Shift was the Hitler of speedrunning.
I wonder what this does.
Like, sorry for trying to make this game like fair, dude. You can't just let people run on whatever specs they want. It's basically like running on a PC. You can modify the console. The game is sensitive to loads. It's a deathly combination, and the only thing we do about it right now is just put regulations on it until we have an auto splitter. Like, what the hell else are we supposed to do? What would you suggest we do? Allow modding and make it a modding competition to see who can make the fastest Xbox? Is that really what the game's about? People just they only see things that are right in front of their face. They don't have a concept of cause and effect. They have a terrible perception of how this game works and how people can possibly abuse it because they don't fucking run it and they just talk shit about it. It's like, what do you want me to do? I really gotta stop going for that, honestly. I've lost too many runs to fucking doing that shit. Just practice, by the way. I need to practice for my run.
This isn't going well.
A 420 industrial park, because that's possible. Hey, Interpreter, thank you for subscribing, man. Sorry I missed you. Hey, didn't see you there. How you doing? Thank you so much, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, so TLDR, people are lying. People are spreading rumors and trying to make, especially me, when I'm not the only one involved in trying to fix this shit. Like, they're just trying to make me look like the bad guy for trying to fix things around here. People have been complaining about the leaderboards for all different reasons forever. And now that we're actually trying to clean it up and make them legit, we get so much shit for it. It's hilarious that people just don't know what the hell they want.
Nice.
The people who don't know what they want are the ones who don't run the fucking game. Notice how nobody who runs the game has an issue with this. It doesn't affect them because they're playing legitimately. It only affects people who are trying to cheat. So I don't know what the big fucking problem is. Yo, BDL, thanks, man. Appreciate it. You want to start speedrunning in general or this game? Where you should start speedrunning in general is you go to the community section of Twitch and you just click on speedrunning. And if you see a game you like, you just start running it. Or like you start watching runs. And then
Great Barrier
you can watch the world record and learn the strats. Hawia, sorry if I pronounced it incorrectly. Thank you for subscribing, dude. Also, Vegas, thanks to the bits, man. You guys are awesome. Appreciate your support.
Nice.
In these dark times when we have Twitter monsters gossiping about this game they don't run. God. It's almost like people think I have something to hide. Like, I'm banning consoles that are irregularly fast because I want to keep my world record, as if I didn't work for it. Like, I've fucking done 4,000 attempts this game. I have nothing to hide. If you want to beat this time, you gotta beat it fair and square. Like, it isn't like I just fucking modded my Xbox and did some shit to it to get this time. The point that I'm trying to make is that claiming that we don't want faster Xboxes on the boards because we don't want our times to get beaten is a shitty fucking shallow claim. Because here's the deal. Nobody wants their time to get beaten by loads. Nobody wants that shit. And the one time it did happen, that person wasn't even close to my time. It was 2 other people on the boards who got shit over because someone had a minute faster loads and beat their times by a minute. So it's like they didn't deserve to get into that place with the console they used, and they did anyway. And it was fucked up. So like when you're on the receiving end of the bullshit, then you can talk. The people who are actually like, how the hell did this guy, like why should this guy be 2 places ahead of me because his Xbox is faster, like that. Why should he be ahead of me when all of our Xboxes are the same speed but this guy's is faster for some reason? Like that's unfair, it's bullshit. If we're all on the same speed, it's pretty obvious that the one Xbox that's unexplainably fast has something going on inside of it. And what do you know? It's probably refurbished. I haven't had time to look inside of it yet, but we'll find out. For now, we're just saying that refurbished or any modified Xboxes are not allowed on the boards. And there's no point in even making a rule about region locking, because there's no point of region locking this game. We haven't run into a scenario where that's actually important. The English version is just as fast as the PAL version, from what we know. It looks pretty much the same. This game's like, that's kind of an assumption, but I don't know. It's tough to say shit like that, man. But there's no reason to really give a shit about region locking right now. It hasn't become an issue yet. From what we can see, they're pretty much the same speed. And the text boxes are the same, so language differences aren't going to matter because you could skip everything. That's for sure. Unless it's like some weird like loading property or something so obscure that isn't obvious, which isn't relevant yet. When it becomes relevant, we'll make a rule about it, but for now, we're just saying just don't fucking mod your Xbox, dude. You're better off just not even touching it. I don't know what's so hard about saying that you have to be responsible for your console being legitimate. I don't get why that's such a hard rule to follow. And it's funny how only one person's had an issue with it, and he was totally cool with like getting a new Xbox. I mean, we worked it out. Only one person's had the issue. He wasn't malicious. We just made the rule because in the future, if somebody tries to do it purposely, or if somebody gets something like that by accident again, they know there's like you can't just play with an Xbox. That's unfair. Like there's no better way to put it except for like timing out loads, which can't be done without an auto splitter. Can't be done accurately. Because then you're encouraging people to edit their video, and that's just weird. I don't like that. The video needs to be uncut. That just leaves so much room for splicing and shit. I don't want to get into that. It also makes it a lot less convenient to run this game.
I'm coming
Just want to make the game as convenient to run as possible. Wait. Oh my god. It's autopilot. This is why we have warm-up runs, guys. This is why we have fucking warm-up runs. I'm just so tired of people spreading rumors and not actually checking the facts. I find it hilarious that people, like, they will screenshot something and crop everything out. Like, they crop all the context out of it and then slap my name on it, and suddenly I'm the enemy for something I wasn't even involved in, honestly. Like, runs getting rejected for no reason. I had no part in that. I was sleeping when I found out that happened, actually. I woke up and I was like, what the fuck? Because the guy who, like, had his run rejected for no reason, he was banned from the boards for spamming, and then Pack was like, alright, you guys deleted this guy's run unreasonably, so I'm letting him back in. I was like, what the fuck? Like, this guy was gone. Like, he wasn't gonna spam the boards anymore. He wasn't gonna post runs without video proof claiming that he's a troll. Like, we had it pretty much figured out, and then one of the mods went and deleted it, and I got blamed for it. I didn't fucking do anything. I mean, the guy is back now, and he isn't spamming, so it's like, it's fine. But if he spams again, he's getting reported again. I'm just sick of having to deal with this shit where people are like, we have it under control, and then somebody makes a mistake, and then I get blamed for it when I had nothing to do with it. And then the boards start fucking getting spammed again, and then it's all my fault. it's actually fucking retarded, the shit that goes on those leaderboards.
This isn't going well.
I mean, yeah, fuck yeah, I make mistakes. Like, it was definitely a mistake announcing that we were rewriting the rules before they were actually finished. Because all little 13-year-olds had a field day with that one, acting like they were finalized and saying, this game's dead. Shift HD's Hitler, he's killing this game. When I wasn't even the only one involved with rewriting the rules. I'm pretty sure it was agreeable that, like, anybody who read those rules wanted them to be rewritten. So that's what we did. We started rewriting them and we got shit for it. Like, on the first day of the process, we're just like, alright, just hang tight because we're rewriting the rules to make them more clear. And we got shit for it. Instantly. Come on, dude. Come on. Shit fucking freaked me out. What the hell was that? Those things just fucking come out of nowhere, dude. Nah, I'm just tired of being blamed for shit that I don't do. And being made out to be like a worse person than I actually am. Not implying I'm a bad person, but what the fuck? Like, saying I'm Hitler for trying to make a comprehensive set of rules for this game? Like, kill yourself, please. At this point, I don't even know what I'm doing. I think I should just reset this run.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
It's because it's a SpongeBob game, dude. We're in a community with a lot of immature people. A lot of mature people, but a lot of immature people surrounding it. And that's just what you get, because people think they're funny, and they're trying to ruin the actual fun for people who care about the game.
It's almost.
And they're the outsiders of this community who talk shit. And they just live to tweet about shit like 60 times a day and just spread lies about this game and the type of person I am. And it's funny how the people who follow this guy meet me in person. They're like, wow, none of the things this guy said about you are true. What a fucking idiot. I'm like, you're damn right. You're goddamn right. It's like absolute AIDS, dude. I said the other day that I'm done pretending like these people don't
Mission
exist.
failed.
Like, they're
We'll
out
get
there.
'em next
And the
time.
speedrunning community is too small for me to ignore it and act like it's not going to affect me because I have a popular stream. It's like, that's part of the cancer that people think that, like, you don't have to be a part of the speedrunning community if you speedrun. But these people are still, like, part of your community. And obviously all the little shitters who talk shit.
It's almost.
The more they talk, the more you start to notice that your friends are thinking of you differently because they hear something that isn't true and they change their opinion on you because of something that was said that isn't true. It's funny how that works, how people are willing to listen to some idiot whom they don't even know before their actual friend. It's fucking obnoxious. And that's fine too, like, back when the SpongeBob community was more like grassroots, there were like a few people who ran the game and liked it. But when it started to become more popular, it's like, that's when people started to disagree with each other. And a lot of people disliked me because I had like a hard hand on reworking the leaderboards because we needed to have some structure in there for when the game got bigger. And because they didn't like the way that I act on my stream. Which is fine. Like, I said a lot of stupid shit back when I used to play this game back in the summer. But people still hold grudges to this day over the stupid shit that I said when I first started speedrunning. They still act like I'm the same person a year later. They still hold me accountable for forum posts I made 4 months ago when we didn't know as much about the game or loading times or any of this shit now. I'm still held accountable for that shit, like, as if my opinions haven't changed,
It's almost.
or I haven't learned more about this game, or the mods haven't decided, like, what regulations are actually needed, what rules actually need to be said, and which are common sense. But apparently I'm the idiot for not hanging on to the past, because, oh boy, if I had screenshots of some of the shit that these people said, like, they wouldn't be talking. They'd be afraid to talk. They just fucking look like idiots. And, you know, I don't hold on to hatred, and I have a fucking life. Like, I don't spend my entire day talking about people on Twitter, because I have better things to do. I was at college for 12 hours today, just fucking doing work. It's my life, and then I get back and I stream for you guys. Like, you know what the most cancerous shit is? When somebody tweets at one of your friends on Twitter asking why they're friends with me. It's like you're trying to turn people against me. I don't even know who the fuck you are. You're just like some random nobody on Twitter tweeting at one of my friends, trying to turn them against me. For whatever reason. Never seen this person in my life.
Nice.
But there's this whole fucking army of little ragey teens who hate my stream. So they dedicate themselves, like, they dedicate their fucking lives to ruining mine. Well, I'm just fucking trying to play my video game, dude. I'm just trying to run a stream. And people get so butthurt by the stuff that I say on here. When somebody comes in here and says some shit like, why do you run this meme gang, you fucking retard? And I'm like, oh yeah, I banged your mom. And then people get all butthurt over it. They say some stupid shit that no normal person would be offended by, and then people just have a shit fest over it and call me like Hitler and shit. It's all the dumbest shit that only a bunch of pussies would get offended by. But people still find a way because people love to be angry, man. I don't know what it is. People just love it. Why do people just love being mad? They love to be the contrarian or just like have an opinion that isn't popular just so they can start fights with people. It's like it goes back to the same thing as like going into a person's stream just to fight with them or make an ass of them. It's like you don't realize that there are like 100 people in here watching for me. Like they want to watch the gameplay and they enjoy my stream. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. Maybe they're watching it ironically. But to assume that most people here are enjoying the stream, one person comes in here and starts trying to like shit talk me, and it's like they don't realize that they're on like the losing side because nobody's fucking here to watch them. They're here to watch me. It goes the same for every big streamer or any small streamer really. I don't consider myself big. People are gonna spin my words and they're gonna change that into me saying that I'm the biggest streamer on Twitch or I'm the best streamer ever. I've gotten that before. I talk all the time about how bad of a streamer I am. I'm just only good at this game.
Isn't going well.
I speedrun so I get views. I'm not a good streamer. I'm not a good streamer yet. I talk all the time about how bad of a streamer I am. Yet I still get people fucking telling me that I think that I'm the best streamer to live, like, ever. And I always say how bad of a streamer I am. It's people just fucking spin my words and shit. And the funny thing is that it's all on tape, like it's all recorded, and I upload everything to YouTube. Why is this slow? I can't tell. It feels fine. It just doesn't feel it feels a little bit slow. Yeah, I upload everything I say and do to YouTube, and people still find a way to spin my words. And the people who spread rumors and listen to rumors actually are dumb enough to fucking listen without just checking to see what I said. You can just clip what I said and show it to somebody. I've got nothing to hide. Maybe I said something stupid a few months ago that I regret, but everything I'm saying right now, I can back it all up. I really don't care if you show this to anybody. Yeah, these are the things that need to be said. Because I don't see this problem anywhere else in the speedrunning community where someone is just fucking... There's just like a hate club of people who hate this game and hate me, who just perpetually make up shit to throw at me. And they turn people who might want to run the game against me and against this game before they even had a chance to like it or dislike it, just because they think their opinion is more important than, you know, their desire to run the game, or the possibility that they want to try it or like my stream. People I've never met before hate me because of the lies that people spread about me. And the speedrunning community is too small for this to be acceptable. I don't see this happen with anybody else I know. Or maybe I'm just blind to it, I don't know.
This isn't going well.
Or when I'm joking around saying, oh, I'm a god at this game. Like when I do something good. He unironically thinks he's the best fucking divine human being to ever play of it. Like, people just spin shit. They don't get humor. They're just socially inept. So they can't get the tone. They can't get the sarcasm. They think I'm being serious when I fucking say shit like that. And then they spin it and it's like, oh yeah, that Shift HD guy has a god complex because he plays an easy SpongeBob game. Like, that's what the story becomes because people who don't watch my stream spread shit about me. And people who are just absolutely fucking autistic think that I say things with a certain tone, means a certain thing, when it's the complete opposite. Oh yeah, here's a good one. Back in the day, I said that one of my goals for this game is to make it one of the most optimized and competitive speed games of all time. And that's like, that's just me setting a high goal for myself. Like, to me that means that I want to work really hard to make this game respected because I know it's going to take a lot of work. I know it's going to take a shit ton of work So I set my hopes high and say, okay, my goal is to make this the most respected speed game of all time. Because unless I shoot for the stars, like, it's never gonna happen. Like, oh, I want people to have, like, just know about this game and think it's cool. Like, it's a fucking SpongeBob game. You can't just set that kind of a goal
Nice.
and just be like, alright, well, here we are. People think it's kind of cool, but still the majority of people still think it's a fucking meme. It's like, no, I want this game to be respected for how technical it actually is and how difficult it actually is. I want people to actually... I want it to get to the point where people can actually say that it's one of the hardest, if not the hardest. But, again, that's just a goal that I have for myself. And by saying that, I don't mean that it already is that. I'm saying, if anything, I'm saying that it isn't that. And if I can ever get to the point where it can be like that, which might not happen, but, again, I'm still trying to make it happen. It's like a curve, how you can never hit the top. You can never hit the top of the curve. It's gonna peak off. You're always trying to achieve perfection, but you can never get it. That's the kind of goal that I set with this game, is that by saying that I want to do the hardest thing possible, I still get way up here with what I'm trying to do. Because I tried to do something that was basically impossible. That doesn't mean that I'm saying it is that, or it's going to be that. But again, people spin my words and say, he thinks it's the hardest game of all time. He thinks that it's the best speed run ever. Like, I never said that. I said that my goal is to make it that. And I never said whether it's going to happen or not.
Nice.
Because there's no way of telling you something like that's going to happen. I'm just saying that I want to make it that because I'm just shooting way above. Set the goal high, and you'll still be among stars. Shoot for the moon. That's just me shooting for the moon. But of course, everything I say gets spun into something that is not what I actually meant. And it's annoying. It's annoying as fuck. Because the funny thing is that for a while, like when I heard stuff like this, I just ignore it. I tried to be the bigger person and just act like these people are irrelevant. Like, the rumors are spreading aren't true, and people who know me know they aren't true. But now it's like people who know me actually don't know that it isn't true. Because I'm not doing any of the talking. Everybody else is doing the talking for me. So I'm going to start talking for myself and giving my side of the story from now on. These fucking idiots just stop making shit up. Because people just don't get my sense of humor. They don't get the style of my stream. They've never met me in person. They never talk to me on the internet. They just make shit up. They take everything I say and do out of context. They take things that everybody else says and does out of context and pins it on me like I was the one who did it. And I'm just tired of having to deal with it, taking the blame for everything that happens, so I'm going to start defending myself from now on. I've gotten this a lot lately. I really just want to play any percent again, dude. Yeah, you guys don't understand how fucked I am. I have a shit ton of exams next week. I have GDQ submissions. I have so much stuff going on right now. And I'm dealing with this leaderboard shit. Like, we still have to rewrite the rules for the ILs. Because the ILs, nobody ever talks about that. It's funny how we get shit for the main category rules when the IL rules are 10 times worse. And nobody cares about that because we never announce it. It's like people just... They want to talk about whatever's in the spotlight. They just want to make fun of it and be the opposition. When the problem that actually exists is the one that nobody talks about. The IL boards are so fucked. Like, the rules are so terribly written. I don't even know how you could even want to do an IL this game after reading those rules. They're terrible. And I'm saying this now so I'm held accountable for fixing it. We're going to fix the boards. We're going to clean them up so everybody understands how to run the game fairly. We're going to make forum posts explaining why some of these rules exist for people who don't run the game. They want to understand why we do these things and why the majority of people who run the game agree with it. Especially the people who care the most. Oh shit. Oops. Alright, we could fix that pretty easily. No big deal.
Hope no one saw that.
There we go. Yeah, but the point is, Grumpy, that I'm trying to make is that I want to paint an accurate light of myself now. Because, like, people who hate me for personal reasons, like, they get banned from my chat for saying something stupid or offensive, and then they get mad at me and they start going after, like, personal attacks and just hate speech. They tell other people, oh, well, this guy's an asshole. Okay. And then they watch my stream and they take everything I say, like, out of context. Or they're like, they don't get my sarcastic sense of humor and they're like, wow, this guy really is an asshole. He just makes enemies with his chat all day. When I'm sure that most of the people that I, like, pick on in my chat know that I'm joking. The people who don't are the ones that I actually don't like and I want them to know that I don't like them. Like, if a 2-day account comes in here and says, Shift HD, you're gay, I'll be like, ah, I banged your mom. And then it's like, you know, it's just some stupid banter. And people take it seriously because they want to take it seriously. You think it's impossible? Well, can I at least give my side of the story, though? If people are saying I had bad intentions about, like, working with the mods to make a comprehensive rule set for the leaderboards, like, I should at least be able to explain why we're doing it. And that we don't have bad intentions. And that the rules that we have now make it so that we can continue running the game the way we've been running it the entire time. You go down to the old thrift store, you buy an Xbox, you get the game, and you play it. No other funky, stupid shit. Because the reason why we add rules is because when somebody comes in to our community and does something that it doesn't follow the rules. Like, we want to continue running the game the way it's supposed to be ran. On official hardware with official specs. Official copy of the game. And that's the reason why these rules exist. Yes, they were pretty unclear when we first wrote them, but I think now they're a lot more concise and easier to understand. The way we work with the rules is that every time someone does something like they submit a run. This actually happened, by the way. Someone submits a run. In the comments section, they try to fight it, like try to pick an argument with the mod. They say something about the mod that's like passive aggressive, or they lie about something. The mod posts proof of it in the comments as a mod note. That person deletes the run and re-uploads it with another passive-aggressive comment. Like, you see what I mean? There are trolls on the leaderboards who are using the submissions just to argue with people and start drama. Like, they're actually using the comments of the submissions to start fights. And, of course, we added a rule to the leaderboards for, like, a month or so. If you fucking put a comment in here that isn't appropriate, we're going to remove the comment from your submitted run. It's pretty fair to say. Because what happens is we add a mod note or we delete the comment and people fucking remove their run and resubmit it with the same comment that we didn't want on the boards. So it's like, okay, if you didn't understand it the first 2 times, let's just put it in the rules so any other retard who wants to do it can see that it's not okay. But we ultimately decided that it's just common sense.
Nice.
And there's no point in making a rule about that. Because you should